Ready, hot!
From the Opupco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU Update with Jason Kersey. I'm Jenny Carlson. Jason, we trumpeted this OU defense, and look what we get. They just kick it back in our face. 2 historically bad games for Oklahoma. Put it into context here, what we're seeing in these games against West Virginia and Oklahoma State.
Well, it's the 3rd most points OU's ever given up in their 118 season history over a 2-game stretch, 97 points. The other 2 both happened to come in the John Blake era, which nobody really wants to think about, I'm sure. But but the difference is they lost all 4 of those games,
Okay.
and they've won both of these, which that's one of the things Mike Stoops talked about yesterday. It's we won the game.
Yep.
And that's right, but you don't know how much longer they can continue to live on the edge like this.
So what is the answer to the question? Is it just better offenses? I mean, we're seeing late in the season that they're playing the West Virginias, the Oklahoma States, those air raid type offenses. Is it better offenses, or is the defense having some problems?
Well, I think it's better offenses is definitely part of it, but then I also think they tinkered a lot with the defense. I think they tried maybe to get a little too cute with their schemes with 7 defensive backs or 6 defensive backs and 1 linebacker. I think what they were doing early in the season, I know Texas Tech has turned out to not be what we thought they might be at the beginning of the year. But I do think Texas Tech's regressed a little. I think that was a very impressive performance, and they did that by sticking with what they knew they could do well. And I think they even know that they may have tinkered with things a little bit too much.
So what do we see against TCU? Return to a more base defense, or do we continue to see 6 and 7 defensive backs?
I've got to believe that they're going to try and go back to what worked early in the season. Who knows? Maybe they'll try something else. Against OSU, sometimes they had a little success with the 6 defensive back, so maybe they'll try that again. But TCU is a much more run-oriented team than they've seen in a while, so I can't imagine that they would continue messing around with that.
We'll have to wait and see at 11 o'clock on Saturday exactly what they do. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.